because this gets changed.
So just if I can explore a little bit on the dramatic, like the people
Yeah.
who sometimes feel they have this attraction to bringing dramatic, that bringing the drama, and all the drama seems to find them.
Yeah.
So it's not a compass issue. They're not seeking out to have that intention, but the magnet is such a beautiful analogy or metaphor because it implies that you're attracting to it or repelling it, which is the two functions of a magnet, depending on the polarity there. So how does it get programmed? Like it seems like no part of anyone would ever say, "I really want the drama in my life." Like that's not what people desire.
Mm-mm.
How does that
Yeah,
work?
it's a great question. Okay, it's a great example too, because yeah, I don't think many people are walking around thinking, I want to have conflict with friends, I want to fight with my partner, I want to have all this stuff at work, right? Because they
Sure.
come home, they're just upset about it, but it keeps happening. So many times, and there's a lot of different reasons. And I just want to say to the audience too, is we may not always know the trigger because a lot of this work is just trying to figure out the patterns and then we're going to replace them with something else. But I am a curious person. I'm kind of an investigatory person, and so I like to kind of figure out what might have gone in just so I can reverse engineer the outcome. And many times what you find, and I have relatives like this, in high drama situations where, they get really close to somebody and then that person betrays them. There's a great psychological theory called the Cartman drama triangle: victim, rescuer, persecutor. And we kind of go around this triangle without even realizing it. We go rescue people and they need our help, but they don't really need to be rescued, but we got to look out for them. And then, we get upset that they're taking us for granted. Now we become the persecutor and then the victim. And this is what happens: is something early on in their life signaled that would create safety, security, love, and belonging. Because at the very core, human beings, we're more similar than we are different. We want to be loved, accepted. We want to feel like we're enough and that we're never going to be left alone. And so something in there went, okay, I'm seeing this happen in the world around me. And this is either a way that people get attention, they interact with people, or this happened to mom and dad and they tell me they love me. So love means this. So something went in that said, this is familiar. And your brain will always choose familiar over healthy because it codes familiar as safe. So even though you might consciously say, this is unhealthy, this is causing anxiety attacks, this is all this brain goes, but this is familiar. And we've linked this to safety and love. And that's what you see. And then you have other people that is not their come from. They will just totally repel that. They'll just say, that's not, I don't want to deal with these people. And other people, they get sucked in. So you see this a lot. I have a lot of friends, not a lot, but maybe a handful of them. They're always in the same, like they can call me and say, I just had this conflict with so-and-so. And I'm like, that's the exact same thing that happened with this person. And it usually has to do with they get close to them and then they feel betrayed and you're just repeating cycles. So this happens with money. People say, I just can't, like they'll make a little bit more and then all of a sudden they're back broke again, or they just can't break out of a certain income level. But then when you talk to them, they've turned down 6 offers because, well, that won't work because, so you just find that we always come up with a reason for why it happens. But sometimes it's when you start to see a pattern, when you see things repeat more than twice,